Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm going to work and I wanted to talk to you guys about my crazy behind property manager who is freaking crazy as a freaking bed bug. I'm trying to get out of this little behind parking lot. They're doing construction, so it's kind of hard to see. Damn, I can't even, so tight. One thing I hate is, I don't know if everybody's like, I hate tight behind parking spaces. Like, you literally can't even, like, get your car in. Don't y'all hate when y'all go to these parking spaces where you open your door and you're damn near hitting the other person's car, and then the other person is trying to get out and try to fight you? Like, what the hell you hitting my car for? But that's my apartment complex where I live at. That's how it is. But I'm having more issues with, I'm sure I talked to y'all about this before. I think I made a video about it before. You probably didn't see it, but if you need to look it up and get some background on the matter, you can look it up and find the video in probably one of my car chats or something. But I'm still having the same issues with my crazy behind property manager. I had went in the office one time. I was upset, so I was vicious. Not vicious, not cussing her out, but I was letting her know, like, look, leave me the F alone. Get out my face. I pay you the rent. I don't do anything else that I'm not supposed to be doing in the building. I'm not a smoker. I don't be having no parties on the weekends. I don't do anything. I mind my business. I'm a tenant. I'm a quiet tenant. Single mother. I have children. And it's just me and the kids there. So what the F is your problem? I pay my rent. You don't never have a situation with the rent being late or anything. But this lady is like crazy as hell. Like, today I had got out of my car, right? I had came home from working one day, and she proceeded, like, they got video cameras and everything throughout the whole building. Like, the building I live in is real nice. They take care of it and everything like that. But this lady, I don't know. I'm not going to say that she a racist. I'm not going to even say that, because saying someone's a racist, that's a lot to say. That's a big thing to say. You can't just go around saying people are racist. I don't believe that she's a racist, because she was married. She's an older woman, so she was married to a black dude. And just because you're married to a person of another race can't say that you're not racist. I don't know what her underlying issues are with me and with other people, because she picks on a lot of people in the building. Like, I'll hear them around there saying, like, little smart stuff, like saying just crazy stuff, bothering people, and out here gossip. She's always trying to control everything. She's a control freak. Like, literally, she has to control the whole atmosphere. She's so happy that she's in control of the building. She'll call me. I think one day, like a couple of months ago, I was at work, and my rent is due on the 5th, and I think it was the 5th. And she called me when I was at work, and she was like, Gina, the rent. Then I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, first of all, I'm at work. What, the rent? Don't I always pay you your rent? You gonna call me on the 5th? Ain't you supposed to call me like the day after if I don't pay the rent or whatever? So I'm like, I'm at work. I didn't get a chance to drop the rent in the office. So, and then she used to call me and say something about the lady downstairs that lives underneath me is complaining about noise. Mind you, I work all day, so I don't understand what kind of noise you're talking about. When I work those type of hours, I will come home, I would feed the kids, and we would pretty much go to bed, because I used to be just tired at the time. I had a different job at the time, so I was always just tired. So I wasn't coming home from work, getting off work 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, having the kids running all over the place. I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing and working with kids. I was working at a preschool or whatever at the time, so that was my hours. I got off 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So she would complain about that. And I think when I first moved in, a neighbor did come upstairs and knock on my door. When I first moved in, she did say something like, it's a lot of noise up here. Can you, cool down? I had to work or whatever. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I can respect the fact if my kids are running too hard. But, during regular hours, when you live in an apartment complex, regular hours are from like 8, 9 a.m. until like maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night is when there shouldn't be a whole bunch of, like, the normal hours of per person living. People normally go to bed between 8 o'clock and, well, me, I go to bed between like 8 in 10 or whatever. So she would try to do that. And she would call me. I mean, this lady would call me every other day. Like, she would call me maybe once or twice a week and say little stupid stuff. So stuff that she couldn't really get me on. So the other day I came out of my car. I went to the gym because y'all know I work at night, but some days I work down at the corporate office, which is like an hour and a half away from my house. So she sees me pull up in my car. I went to the gym. She sees me pull up in my car because they got video cameras everywhere, like outside and everything. So she sees me pull up. So I get into the building where I could go, like, check my mailbox. Normally when I come in front of the building, I go check my mailbox. I have this routine. I'll check my mailbox and I'll get on the elevator and I'll just go to my apartment. So I come in and she's like, oh, I have this for your kids. Some Halloween thing. I was like, huh? She's like, Gina. And I'm like, huh? She's like, oh, this is for your daughter. She didn't come down and get it yesterday. And already, this lady already know I don't like her. Because sometimes she'll walk down the hallway. She'll see me coming from my car, but then she'll come out to let herself be known, like, I'm here, you know. And sometimes I don't even speak to her, you know. And sometimes I'll speak to her. Even though we had our beef for issues or whatever, it was over. You know how I feel about you. If you already know I don't like you from the shit that you're doing to me, there's no reason for you to try to keep trying to be nice and give my kids stuff. And, like, I'm just not the one for that. You did a lot of foul stuff to us. How you threaten to kick a mother and her kids out on the street? First of all, you can't put me out nowhere. I'm not doing anything for you to put me out. And I'm paying my rent. So it's going to be real hard for you to tell a judge, oh, what? She was disrespectful to me? No, I went in the office and I took her for myself because you're not going to come in here and disrespect me. I'm not bothering you. So this lady is fucking crazy. She's like a Nazi, yo. I'm like, do you have a life? First of all, the lady is pushing she got to be pushing 70. She got to be 65, around that age, 65 to 70. She got to be in between that. She could be a little older. Her hair is all gray or platinum, whatever color it is. She an old lady. Her husband had passed away, so she don't have nothing else to do with her time. And she got her little sidekick in the office. When I had went in there and me and her had some words, the sidekick gonna jump in. I told her, first of all, I'm not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always say this thing about, oh, these black women and their attitudes. No, first of all, let's get this straight. You're not going to disrespect me. I don't care what color you are. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to walk all over me. And you're not going to say what you want to say to me. Especially when I'm doing stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm paying my rent. I'm paying my rent on time. I'm doing what I need to do in life. I'm not bothering you or nobody else in this property building. I don't smoke or nothing. You got people smoking in these apartments. It's supposed to be a smoke-free building. I'm not doing nothing that's illegal. So what is the beef that you have? She's such a dictator. Like, I've never met someone in my life like her. She's so aggressive. She's so like when I first moved there, she was giving people hugs. Like, she'll give tenants hugs. Like, oh, I hope you enjoy your stay here. So I'm like, okay, she's cool. She's nice. You think a person is nice and cool and sweet and nice until you get to know them. And then the real person comes out. And I was like, why is this lady always picking up the phone saying stuff to me? And I told her when I went in her office and I had that powwow with her and her little secretary sidekick that wanted to step in and say stuff, and I put her in her place. Like, first of all, I'm not talking to you. You can't evict me for coming in here telling you what you shouldn't be doing in my apartment. You're not going to come in my place when I'm not there without letting me know. That's not going to freaking go down. She acts like she owns the building. Like, you're not the owner of this place. And I called her supervisor a couple times. They don't care. Like, the point is, the man is getting paper for these apartments. The apartments are expensive. They're getting paid good money. He don't care. He probably come there once a week or maybe once a month to collect his rent money. Or she probably throw it into his bank account or whatever. He comes there once a month to get his paper and go check on the place. And he's done. Like, he don't care about how people are treating nobody. Like, it's a business. You can't be treating people the way you treat people. I'm not these other tenants in this building. I'm not scared of you. People be all in our office talking all. Listen, I'm not that one. I don't need to kiss your behind. As long as I'm paying my rent, I don't have anything to worry about. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how people can be so freaking vindictive and nasty and just like, I know your husband died and whatever problem that you have, I don't even care. But I'm not the one that you want to be bringing the problem to, because I'll set you straight. I don't even speak to this lady. I'll see her walk down the hallway, her and the other lady in the building that work in the office. I'll see them walking down the hallway. I don't say nothing to you. Even the janitor, it's a janitor, it's a guy that the caretaker of the building. He's, I guess, 24-hour maintenance. He did some screwed up stuff to me too. So they all kind of in the bed together. But in the beginning, he was trying to sign papers on her because she was getting on his nerves. So he was trying to get people in the building to be his witness. Like, I understand this is your job and stuff, but right is right and wrong is wrong. You don't go do foul stuff to people and you think that a person still wants to speak to you and still be nice and say good morning. I'm a person that when I come in contact with a person and we have eye contact, good morning, how you doing? That's just me. Like, I speak to people. If I'm at a Wawa, I'll hold the door for somebody that's right behind me. I'm not a rude person. But the simple fact that I'm a black woman, you know, all that ghetto stuff and stuff. No, I'm speaking up for myself because I'm not going to let you take advantage and run me over. So she going to tell my son today, because she called me today. And I was at home. I was asleep, actually. I was laying down in my bed relaxing. So she calls me, and I had my phone. My phone fell off the bed. So the phone was actually underneath my bed. So when I had got up from my sleep or whatever, I see, oh, it's 3 calls. She called me 3 times. I'm like, possibly, what do you freaking want? I didn't even answer the call, but I'm like, what do you possibly want? So my son was coming from the bus, and he tells me later on after dinner, he's like, Mom, the lady in the office said she wanted to speak to you. So I'm like, now you're going to my son to try to relay a message to me? Like, you called me. If you had some kind of message that you needed to get across to me that was that important that you need to tell my son to tell me that you need to talk to me, first of all, you don't do that. Business is business. If it's a business issue that you need to talk to me about or whatever, you need to call me. And if I'm not answering the phone call, you don't go to my kids and tell my kids, I need to speak to your mom. Like, you don't do that crazy stuff. That's not how you handle and conduct business. You call me on a business day. Every time you call my phone, I don't have to answer you. Oh, let me see what she wants. She's annoying as hell. Like, you constantly call me. You call me in the whole month. You might call me 2 times for something. If it's something that you need to come into my apartment because maybe the apartment upstairs is leaking something, or we need to come into the apartments to do the fire thing or whatever, you need to call. You put a note on my door. But now you calling me on some BS all the time, and I'm sick of it. Like, I'm tired. I feel like I'm being harassed. I have to get my credit together, and I have to get me a house, because renting is by far literally the worst thing in the world. Really. I'm tired of it. I can't take it anymore. I need a house. I can't rent anymore. I've been on my own since I was 19. I think I got my first apartment when I was 20, actually. Got my first apartment. My rent was $5.75 at the time. And that was like, what, 15 something years ago? So I've rented. I've had 4 or 5 apartments. You get tired of renting and dealing with these property managers and these people that just, and not everybody. I've had landlords, and I don't even call her a landlord. She's like a property manager. It's her and this other lady in the office, and they're nasty as hell. They sit around, they look at these cameras, they talk about people all day. You don't have a life. The lady is so aggressive that she got them probably scared of her. When I went in the office and I had to powwow with her, the other lady jumps in. I said, first of all, I'm not talking to your old ass. Cool out over there, okay? I ain't talking to you. At least now you know I'm not the one. As long as you get your rent, and I'm not around here doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, all that other bull mess that you're doing with these other people around here, I'm not the one. So at least now you know. Some people, you need to straighten them out for them to know that you're not the one to play the game. Some people you just need to straighten out. Like, not on no disrespectful stuff. Not on no, I work for a living. I go to work every day. I pay my bills, and I pay my bills on time. And I don't be about no mess. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm an older person. I'm not, I'm not 22 where I'm having parties and stuff on the weekends. I'm not that person. And people treat you like roadkill and dog crap, and they don't know, like, what you're dealing with and what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But they don't care. People don't have no type of, like, I'm not saying she feels sorry for me, but damn, treat me like a human being. That's like harassing a person. That's not being treated like a human being. That's harassing, and that's what you're doing. And I'm freaking sick of it. Like, I don't want to move. My lease is over in April. I don't want to move. Who got time to move? Can I have a receipt too? Thank you. So yeah, like, I don't have time to move. I'm not trying to move my stuff because the lady pissing me off. I don't like moving. But if I move, I want to move into a house. I'm not trying to backslide. I'm not trying to be renting too much longer. Like, literally. I can't stand it. This lady is too freaking much. I think I had made a video on her before. And even talking about not knowing what someone's going through. Let's talk about Tyrese. I've seen a lot of videos that surfaced about Tyrese crying about, I'm not even talking about the movie premiere. I don't think he was too much crying about that. I think he was on there crying about his daughter, saying that he hasn't seen his daughter in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess he was married before. I didn't know Tyrese was ever married until he recently had got married. I didn't know he was married. I never knew that he was married. But he was crying about his daughter. And then people was dragging him, saying, you know, what you crying for? Nigga act like a bitch, and this and that. But you know what? What he's doing is not funny. That's not funny. Like, it's not funny to tease him. I don't think that he should have went to social media and start talking about his business between his ex-wife and what's going on with their child support situation. I don't think that he should went to social media and started talking about that, right? Because that's really no one's business but theirs. So I think that he should keep that to himself. But me being a mother, a single mother at that, you got a lot of fathers out here that don't do nothing for their children. Like, nothing. You know, maybe a phone call here and there, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So mothers that, a man like Tyrese, some women would be so grateful to have, like, okay, we're mature enough to say, look, maybe the relationship didn't work out, but we can exist enough to have respect for each other, have some love in our heart for each other. The fact that, okay, you're the person I had a kid with, so we're cordial. Being cordial is the best thing. Everything is good for the kids. You know, for the kids' sake, let's be cordial. Like, however the breakup went, even if it was a nasty breakup or whatever, maybe the person still has some animosity against you for leaving him. Like, I don't know what the situation was with Tyrese, but he's at a breaking point, and I actually feel sorry for him. And I know a lot of people are like, what? You feel sorry for him? I don't agree that he should go on social media and talk about his personal business between him and the mother of his child. No. But for him to be a father who wants to see his child, that's not fair for the mother to even be doing no crap like that. Because some women out here are raising kids by themselves, and the father don't even barely call the child. They out there living their life, whatever they're doing. Some of the mothers are not getting child support. Some of the mothers need child support. Some mothers don't even want child support. They like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to force you to see your child. If you don't want to be in your child's life, that's fine. I'm not going to force you to be a father to this child. God will make a way for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though all the crap that people be talking about, single mothers get put in the graveyard all the time. But for the simple fact that single mothers stood the test of time to stay in the situation to take care of children by herself is not enough for the world. Because inside the world today, single mothers get the worst end of the stick. But what about single fathers? No one says nothing about single fathers. There are single fathers out here where the mother is off living her life, how she want to live her life, whatever happened. There's single fathers out here as well, but single mothers get it the worst. I seen something today on that case where that girl had got caught in the freezer, whatever happened with that case. And I'm a comment reader. I read a lot of comments on YouTube just to see what people are talking about and see what the feelings of different people, whatever they feel about certain videos. Kanika Jenkins, they were saying that, oh, she's the byproduct of a single mom. And I'm just like, the byproduct of a single mother. Nothing is said about single fathers, but everything is reamed about a single mother. Like, it's our fault that we're a single mother. You don't know what happened in someone's relationship for them to be a single parent. And I'm not going to even say single mother. You don't know what happened in someone's relationship when they was with that person for that person to be a single parent anyway. But everybody got so much bad things to say about single moms. But nothing is ever said about a single father, because there's a lot of single dads out here. I see single fathers all the time. And I give them so much respect for taking their children and being a father to their kids. Because nowadays today, a lot of these men, they just walk away from their responsibilities, and that's that. I just so got off the subject about Tyrese, but I'm at the store. I gotta go get me some cappuccino or something for the morning. I'm back on my night shift. I had worked up at the corporate office a couple days, and now I'm back. They got me working all over the place, but I will be back.